I don't even use fork and knife. What's the point? My hands are covered in beef grease anyway. Just dip the whole thing right in the bowl.
Let's make a fire, huh, buddy? Yeah.
So I was just splitting up some pitch. That's that really sappy type of wood. The best kind of wood you could possibly find to start a fire with. Look at this stuff. It's basically wind resistant, and you can put it out and instantly get it going right back the way it was. So here we are, we're at this sort of established campfire pit here, and I'm just gonna get some small wood, okay? Small wood makes big fire. Just always keep telling yourself that. Anytime you're trying to get a fire going, don't think you're gonna get it going with a big log. It's just never gonna happen. The best way you could possibly get something going is with things like this beautiful moss. It's super flammable. It's just gonna light right up. So start really small and make it into a bigger fire. So while this fire gets going, all we're trying to do is get the coals. That's the most important part. We don't want to cook this steak with the fire itself. We want to use the coals. The way we're going to do that is have this fire roaring all the time off to the side. Push the hot coals over to our little kitchen. So let's build a kitchen. So as you can see, I've got a nice big fire roaring. I'm going to continue to feed it, right? I want the coals, not the flame. So I need to make a kitchen that allows me to use those coals easily. I want to be able to slide those coals over into this zone that's going to be my kitchen, right? I'm going to use these rocks that are just already sitting here when I rolled up to this campsite, and I'm just going to continue to rearrange them in a fashion that's going to allow for this rudimentary old rusted grill to be my kitchen today. So we're using all these rocks to our advantage to build sort of an additional zone, sort of an additional fire pit that'll fit our grill. Check that out. Look how easy that was. That allows me to keep this fire going, and its flame and its soot and its smoke will never touch the meat and the product that goes on the grill. I love keeping this pitch wood around with me. It'll take wet Pacific Northwest wood and give you coals in about 30 minutes.
Today we're going to be making T-bone steak with chimichurri, straight out of my cookbook. One of my favorite dishes, and honestly, it's one of the world's favorite dishes. This chimichurri sauce with the perfectly cooked meat.
Okay, so this is what's known as the porterhouse. Very popular steak, absolutely one of the best cuts of meat you can buy. A lot of people don't realize that the porterhouse is also a filet mignon and a New York strip. A lot of people don't realize that the porterhouse is simply both cuts still connected. You have to use a bandsaw to cut all the way through that bone, and that's why it's also known as a T-bone steak. It's absolutely one of the best steaks money can buy. All we have to do is season this thing up, and I love to just season right on the butcher paper. There's no use getting a cutting board messy. Let's season this guy up, salt and pepper. You don't have to use olive oil, but I like to use it as a little bit of a binder. Salt and pepper. It's a very thick cut of meat. It's gonna take at least an hour to cook because we're gonna do it low and slow, the way good American beef is supposed to be cooked. Get all those extra goodies on the fat cap. That's ready for the grill. Oh yeah, you're a good boy. Check it out. That's what you want, are the coals underneath, not the fire on top. You want to be able to hold your hand on it for about 8 seconds, but no longer. That's actually just about perfect. It's like that. We got that beautiful porterhouse seasoned up, ready for our little mini kitchen. Remember, we got a fire going right here for our coals, and we're simply shoveling the coals into our little grill space. We're gonna take that beautiful porterhouse, put it right on the grill. No sizzle, that's okay. This is a slow process. It's gonna take time, could take almost an hour. So be patient and let's go make some chimichurri. I think it's been made clear that steak and chimichurri go together like peanut butter and jelly. So I wanna show you how to make the ultimate steak along with the best possible chimichurri. And it all starts with some parsley, okay? Now you can make chimichurri with any kind of herb, honestly. Classically, you're gonna see it done with some Italian flat leaf parsley. I like to roll up my herbs in paper towels. It helps them last longer when you're out traveling, and it also keeps them from freezing in extra cold environments. And we just wanna chop them up until they're completely minced, as fine as you can possibly make it. You get impatient like me, you just grab 2 knives. Let's go. That's about how fine you want it. Of course, you could do this at home with your food processor, but since we're out here by the river, I'm just chopping it up right on my table. Let's take that minced parsley, add it right to a bowl. Now we just want to add some red onion and garlic. Take off the top, take off the bottom, peel off the skin, run it down vertically, turn it 45 degrees, run it horizontally, and minced onion ready to go. I run it one more time just to make sure it's about the same size as the parsley. Scoop it all up, get it in the bowl. There we go. Red onion, parsley. Let's get some garlic. Send it. I find that the easiest way to get your garlic peeled is to take off the root of it. So go ahead and chop off that root of all the cloves, and then we'll go back and smash them. So with that root removed, I can now place my knife on top, give it a little smash, and simply squeeze the bottom, and it all comes out. All the good stuff comes out. So again, right there, no root, knife on top, give it a smash, pinch it, and boom. You're gonna wanna mince those up. This is really it. It's parsley, red onion, minced garlic, red pepper flakes, olive oil. Give your garlic a good mince, just like it was the parsley or the red onion. Add it to the bowl with your parsley and your red onion. Boom. Okay, so in the bowl we have minced parsley, garlic, and red onion. To this bowl, all we have to add is olive oil, chili flakes, and red wine vinegar. And salt and pepper, of course. Start with these chili flakes. So let's get a nice amount of those red chili flakes. I like mine a little spicy, and I like the way it adds that nice color. And you're gonna need a lot of olive oil, so you're gonna need so much olive oil. Just take that cap right off and get on in there. There we go. Finally, the star of the show, the red wine vinegar. This is what's gonna make it pop and give it that bright and tangy freshness. And just like that, you have made chimichurri. Give it a good mix. If it's not quite liquidous enough, add more liquid. I can already tell you that we're gonna wanna add a little more olive oil and vinegar. Yeah. Get it in there. You want kind of it to have a little puddle to sit in, really. Now when we add this salt, this is gonna help it as well. So let's give it a good pinch of salt. That's gonna help bring some of the moisture out and break it down, and a nice bit of cracked pepper as well. I absolutely love chimichurri. It makes the best porterhouse condiment, and that is gonna be an absolute hit. So you put that with some potatoes and a perfectly cooked medium rare piece of beef. Chef's kiss. Chimichurri, T-bone steak, potatoes. Let's wrap this up. Oh yeah, those are the good ones right there. See that? Except for that guy. That's perfect. Right onto the bottom of that. And just keep feeding this fire. Notice there's no smoke really. It's just pure heat, and that's what you want. So that is a really thick piece of meat, and it's gonna take quite a long time to cook all the way through. One way you can speed up that process is by placing a pot on top. I've effectively created a outdoor on-the-fly Weber grill, right? Just needs a lid. So here it is. Get in there, check it every once in a while. This steak's almost finished. And Tex knows it, huh, buddy? Yeah. We have effectively slow cooked our meat. It's completely finished. I'm gonna turn up the heat. We're gonna get this nice and hot. We want that final char, that sizzle, essentially doing a reverse sear. We brought it up to temperature and we're finishing it extra hot. And that's how you cook a porterhouse. Just testing to make sure that it's the right doneness. And I'll push in on the side. If it feels like it did when it went on, it's not ready yet. But if it feels kind of firm and juices are coming out the top, that's how you know you're there. So when a chef is giving that meat a quick little pinch, he or she's just trying to determine if it's cooked all the way through. You know how the meat felt before it went on the grill, and it was really soft and mushy, right? If it still feels relatively soft, then it's rare. So that muscle in your thumb can actually tell you the doneness of your meat. It's the same feeling right there. Index finger is medium rare or rare. Middle finger, medium. Ring finger, medium well. And pinky, if you can reach, it's so tight it feels well done. And that's an easy way to use your hands to figure out what this actually means to chefs. Once you've removed your meat from the grill, do not cut right into it. The most important thing is to let it rest. And this is a little trick that I learned along the way. Take a couple sticks, a couple pieces of carrots, a couple celery sticks, a couple forks, anything you can get to elevate the piece of meat from the cutting board. It's that elevation that's going to prevent moisture from trying to draw the next bit of moisture. Imagine one drop trying to reach for the next drop. What does it do? They connect and they pull on each other. So if you allow one drop to touch the meat, it will continue to pull juice right out of the protein. Small little trick, just elevate your meat 5 to 10 minutes, preventing any future moisture pull. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and look, there's not a giant puddle of meat juice that you normally see. I'm gonna let that rest for a couple more minutes, and we're gonna cut into it. I'm just smashing these potatoes down. I just cooked them through. I'm giving them a quick smash. We'll put them back on the fire with some butter. I wish this was a little bit hotter, but we're just gonna pull the grill out altogether and go straight down onto those coals. A little salt, pepper, and butter. That's all that needs. The chimichurri is gonna do the rest. Okay, so I'm just gonna reach for my boning knife. This is the perfect knife to remove the meat from a T-bone steak. Notice how there's no drip. Look at that, just a tiny little puddle. No giant puddle. It's not filling these reservoirs of the cutting board. So let's take that boning knife, and we want to remove the filet mignon and the New York strip. And there's a bone that runs right down the middle. So all you want to do is pick this guy up, take that boning knife, come in, hit the bone, and go straight down, turn 90 degrees, boom. Just like that, you have your filet mignon removed from the bone. Look, it's perfectly cooked all the way through. Turn it around, let's go down the New York strip sides. Go straight down to the bottom, turn, and boom. Just like that, you've removed your New York strip. T-bone, New York strip, filet mignon. This is for Tex, this is for Adam. Slice on into that. Look how beautiful this is gonna be. Perfectly cooked, medium rare, absolutely delicious. It's a little trickier to cook meat on the bone, but I promise over time, you'll get the hang of it. Let's get into that New York strip. Again, with that perfectly cooked, medium rare meat, juicy, smoky flavors. It's gonna pair perfectly
with some chimichurri.
You want that? Good boy. Just like that, you guys. These delicious golden brown Yukon Gold potatoes, smashed and cooked to perfection. And of course, a couple slices of that beautifully cooked beef. Oh yeah, right on top. And let's finish that with that homemade chimichurri, as fresh and delicious as it could possibly get, you guys. Quick and easy showstopper. These flavors are sure to blow your friends' minds. And just like that, delicious medium rare steak with chimichurri and potatoes. Hope you enjoyed this one, y'all. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and come back next time.